Worshipful Master, are we ready to receive our ladies and our guests in the lodge?
We certainly are, Brother Secretary.
That's a special one. Yep.
Brothers, you may be seated. I'd like to extend to you a very warm welcome into our lodge this evening to partake in this very, very special ceremony for Right Worshipful Brother Earl Gray. Family and friends, it is truly an honor and a pleasure to welcome you into our lodge room this evening. This is the most auspicious occasion, and we trust the events of this evening will remain with you for years to come. Very Worshipful Brother Garnet Holmes, please proceed with the ceremony.
Brethren and friends, tonight we are privileged to pay a tribute of respect and esteem to an honored brother of MADOC Marmor-Tweed Lodge number 48. Brother Director of Ceremonies and perhaps the Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies, would you please conduct our honored brother to the west in front of the Senior Warden and have him facing the east. Sisters and family, Freemasonry has always taught a proper reverence and veneration for those whose years have brought them to places of eminence in our noble craft. Happy indeed is the occasion when years in age stand united with years of service, and honors can be conferred upon a brother who is both worthy and esteemed. As Masons, we have learned that our life is progressed with three principal stages: youth, manhood, and age. In youth, our minds are occupied with the accumulation of knowledge. In manhood, we apply that knowledge to the discharge of our duties to God, to our neighbor, and to ourselves. This evening affords an opportunity for us to reflect upon the past. From the experiences of the past, the present receives wisdom, knowledge, and from those of mature years, we look for wisdom. And upon wisdom, Freemasonry builds every worthy and worthwhile endeavor. It is with great pride and pleasure that we welcome our esteemed brother, and we trust that this special occasion will be a crowning moment in his Masonic life. Now, a little bit later on, Most Worshipful, our Grand Master, is going to read some Masonic history and some personal history, but we're going to continue at this moment. Brother Director of Ceremonies and Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies, please conduct our brother to the altar.
Have me sit down in the chair, it's right there. Right there. There you go.
My brother, it is with the greatest pride and pleasure that we behold you before the altar of Freemasonry. That same altar to which you advanced more than 60 years ago to take a solemn obligation. An obligation that was designed to make a deep and lasting impression on your mind and to serve as an uplifting and enabling influence on your life and character. Again, you have approached the altar of Freemasonry. This time to receive a recognition that comes only to those brethren who have been fortunate enough to labor faithfully in the temple for more than 60 years. During your career as a Mason, you have been taught never to enter into any great or important undertaking without first invoking the blessing of the deity. Therefore, it is with the utmost reverence and humility that we offer a supplication to the great architect of the universe upon all our labors on this very important occasion, and ask him that all things be to his will. Worship Master, please call up the assembly. Brother Chaplain, please lead us in prayer.
O God, great architect and creator of the universe, the source of all goodness and virtue, we give you most hearty and humble thanks for granting such fullness of years to this your faithful servant and our venerable and well-loved brother. Quickened by your most Holy Spirit, he has walked uprightly in the narrow paths of righteousness. Guided by your word, he has followed the straight ways of virtue. Following the light of your bright morning star, he has served his brethren, his lodge, and his community as a loyal and dedicated Freemason for 60+ years. We implore you, O gracious God, to grant unto him the blessings of physical health, spiritual fortitude, and mental perseverance, that always relying on your great goodness and assisted by the mysteries and privileges of our ancient craft, he may continue his quest for truth as far as may be pleasing to your divine will, all of which we ask in and to the honor and glory of your most holy name. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
I'm gonna have you sit down again, Earl. Chair's right there, yes.
My brother, 60+ years ago in Tweed Lodge and at this place, you remembered your Creator in the days of your youth. Tonight, we commemorate the completion of more than half a century of your Masonic fellowship. In the span of 60+ years, each Mason gives of his substance. Many give of their time. Others add steadfast devotion and loyalty. But to each one of us, our gentle craft gives far more than we can ever give back to it in a lifetime of service. Thus, when we pay a tribute to you on this special occasion, we also pay a tribute to the fraternity which opened its portals to you more than 60 years ago and made it possible for you to build your life on the genuine tenets and sublime principles it inculcates. Brother Director of Ceremonies, Brother Assistant Director of Ceremonies, please conduct our honored brother to the east. You are about to have an award of gold presented to you, honoring your 60+ years of service. May you wear this emblem in health, happiness, and prosperity, and may your days be long upon the land that the good Lord has given us. On a memorable occasion such as this, more than 60 years ago, you were invested with the distinguishing badge of a Mason. At that time, you were admonished to wear that spotless apron that badge of innocence and bond of friendship with pleasure to yourself and honor to the fraternity. Thus, I trust, will you wear this award of gold. And may the joy of this momentous occasion abide with you always. And may you ever stand, as you once stood at the northeast angle, a just and upright Mason. Most worshipful, the Grand Master.
Distinguished brother, thank you, and we'll get to the presentations and we'll ask the family members to participate if they wish. To those who don't know me, my name is Don Campbell, and I happen to be the Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Canada of the Province of Ontario. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Well, that's really how we look at our distinguished brother here, what he built like 60 years ago to make this lodge the way it is today. And I always say, if it's important to you, you will attend. And this is important to us, important to myself and the Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies and the Grand Lodge officers to come here and participate with this occasion, because not too often we get, and I think this is the first one I did as a past master, 60 years of past master, which in hindsight he became master of the lodge when I was born. So that's how long ago it was, and 60 years ago. But if you're not superstitious, well, I understand our brother is not, because Great Wish Brother Earl Grey was initiated into Masonry on Friday the 13th, April 1945. Great Wish Brother Earl Grey was initiated into Tweed Lodge number 239. In May, Tamworth Lodge visited Tweed Lodge and conferred his second degree, and in June he was raised to a Master Mason degree. In June 1953, he was installed as the Worshipful Master of the Lodge. He became the District Deputy Grand Master of Prince Edward District in 1970 and 1971. He was then the Grand Master's official representative in this area. He joined Royal Chapter number 7 Royal Archmasons in 1948 and was the first principal in 1960. He was elected as the Grand Superintendent in 1989, 1990, and in 1955 he joined King Baldwin Preceptory and was the presiding preceptor in 1964, and in 2000-2001 he was Provincial Grand Prior. He joined Zebud Council of the Royal and Select Masters in 1955, was Master in 1968, and Grand Captain of the Guard in 1972. Earl has had the honor of being a Grand Officer in each of the Masonic Order to which he belongs, a truly commendable distinction. In 1990, he became a member of the Knights of the York Cross of Honor in Peterborough. In 1947, he married his wife Marjorie, and they have 3 sons. This is a personal note from Earl. To my wife and family, I owe a great deal of thanks and gratitude for all the support they have given me during these years. I am very thankful for the support I have received from the members of a Masonic order, especially in Prince Edward District. It's almost equally to say a special note from Marjorie. Earl was able to get help from the Masonic Foundation of Grand Lodge for educational scholarships for 2 different students during their university studies. One is now a lawyer in Ottawa. That's okay because I'm a police officer, but lawyers are okay. One is now a lawyer in Ottawa, and the other is successfully involved in the filming and directing. Earl is a 61 member of the Order of the Eastern Star in Belleville, chapter number 55. He has the honor of being the worthy patron twice. Right Worshipful Brother Earl F. Grey. We value helping our fellow Masons to grow personally and to learn those lessons that we value as part of our teachings. We trust that when we leave this earthly abode, that we have discharged our duties with honor and reputation, and hopefully appreciate the value of Masonry to all. By virtue of his office, the Worshipful Master of a Craft Lodge has many powers. Many of these are much greater than those of other presiding officers, and they should be used with good judgment. His duties include setting a good example for the brethren to emulate and giving them proper instructions as needed. The prudent master will always recognize his own limitations and accept good advice from his experienced and respected past masters. A leader, no matter how well prepared he may be, cannot know all the answers or solve all the problems without some assistance. That is not a mark of weakness, but of wisdom, to solicit the aid of others. Each lodge has a reservoir of Masonic experience with its past masters who have served the lodge and who have in its best interest at heart. They can generally offer sound advice and guidance. We learned during the installation ceremony that the office of the Worshipful Master of a Masonic lodge is the highest honor that a lodge can bestow on any of its members. The rank of past master is his by right for having faithfully served the duties of that high office as Worshipful Master. Our Grand Lodge has already been pleased to reward you with your 50-year-long service award for your outstanding half-century of service to our craft. Today, we commemorate the completion of your 60 years of service as a past master and a leader of this lodge. There is a saying about leadership that states, rank does not confer privilege or give power. It imposes responsibility. You have accepted that mantle of leadership in this lodge for 60 years. We offer you a congratulations on a job well done. The Grand Lodge of Canada in the Province of Ontario presents those members who have attained 60 years of service as a past master with the following special recognition. Right Worshipful Earl F. Gray, the most worshipful Grand Lodge of Canada in the Province of Ontario, recognizes your service to Freemasonry and presents you with this award of gold. May you wear this emblem with health, happiness, and prosperity, and may your days be long upon the land which the Lord of God had given us. 60 years ago, you were invested with the badge of an installed master, which is the highest honor a lodge can bestow on any of its members. This award you will receive, we trust, will be worn in the same heartfelt sincerity. May the joys of this moment, as has been said, may the joys of this moment abide by you always, and may you ever stand as you once stood at the northeast angle of the lodge. You are a Mason. I would ask the Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonies to assist me, the District Deputy Grand Master, Worshipful Master. Marjorie's in?
Marjorie.
Monsino. Now it's your turn. But right, Worshipful Sir, and again, families, take as many pictures you want. This is probably the only time you'll see this done. On behalf of the Grand Master and Grand Lodge, and all the Grand Lodge officers, your district and your lodge, we present you with your pin as 60 years a past master. God bless you. Thank you for your service. And I want to remind you one thing. There is no retirement age in Masonry.
He said he's going to go for 100 now
He's going to go for 100.
instead of 91.
Okay.
Now, where is this?
Through there. Yep.
I'm really a 69-year member.
Oh. Yep.
Okay.
That's not from the Grand Master. Something on your face.
It's all yours now. Then he's going to speak.
Jamie, for preparing this. This is a wonderful thing for you to do for your member while they're living. We hear all these good things. I play at funerals. I'm a musician, and I hear all these wonderful things said about them. This is wonderful to do it while they're here.
That's good. It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much, everyone. This will mean a lot to him and to me.
Stand you up for a second here.
And a fellow down, he was giving a sermon, and a fellow down in the seats fell asleep. So he leaned over the side of his pulpit, and he says to the fellow sitting beside the sleeper, he says, "Wake that fellow up there beside you, he's fell asleep." Guy says, wake him up yourself. You put him asleep. Well, I can't believe such a wonderful evening that has been performed here tonight. It is something that I will never forget. I've heard of so many times of the 60-year times, but actually this year is 69 years for me. And if I live till April next spring, it'll be 70 that I have been a member of the Masonic order that I joined at Tweed. There are so many things that I can think of I wouldn't want to repeat, but it's good to. This has just been a remarkable evening, something that I will never forget. And there's so many people that I want to thank for all the efforts they have put into this evening to make it such a success. I owe a lot of thanks to everybody, and I am so glad to see all my family here this evening. They aren't all here. The one is out in the oil fields of Alberta. He's out there once in a while, back and forth. But anyway, I am glad that the rest of the family is here, that Tim is here, and his wife, Cassandra, Ann, and Howard is here with his wife, Ann. And my wife is here. We have been together now for 66 years. And if we can get by the 2nd, of August, we'll make it 67. 67 years together. And there are so many things to look back on, but this evening, so many people here, it's just wonderful. And it goes back to the old saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So there you are. I just can't get to the end of saying thank you to so many people. Now when we're all leaving, I'm not going to say goodbye to anybody, but I'm going to say so long till we meet again.
It's all legal.
We have a certificate to present to you this evening from Right Worshipful Brother Gray. Master, officers, and members extend to you congratulations on having completed 60 years as a past master of a craft lodge. Your loyalty, zeal, and attachment to the principles of Freemasonry, and in recognition thereof, we proudly present you with this emblem of service. Congratulations, my worthy brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. There's somebody else that would like to say a couple of words to you as well. Very worshipful brother, John Vardy.
And I remember some of that. And you and people like you have inspired me for these 52 and a half years. So I thank you. I've observed you over the years. You may not have noticed, but I was watching, and you've told some really interesting stories, some that I'll never repeat again. But you have been an inspiration to me and the younger members around me. So thank you, Right Worshipful Brother Earl. It's been a wonderful journey for me, and I'm sure it has for you. And thank you.
Who is this?
Very Worshipful Brother John Vardy.
John Vardy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And just to finish that off, you initiated my father in 1948. I have those records. And so he is long gone from this earth, but I thank you for the inspiration once again. Thank you.
Just another thing that I have to say thank you to.
Want me to take that certificate from you, Earl, and just hold it for you? I'm not going to get rid of it.
Mr. Gray,
brother.
My name isn't Mister, it's Earl.
Well, Earl, my father always told me if there was someone just a day or two older than I, that I had to call him Mister. But Earl, it has been a pleasure to know you personally, you and Marjorie, the entire family. And I have a scroll here today on behalf of the Government of Canada, certainly on behalf of the Prime Minister and the Governor General and all members of Parliament, those who believe in the Worshipful Master, those who believe in our Creator, and serve as an expression of thanks and appreciation for all you have done, not only for Masonry, but certainly for the people of our nation. You have set a tremendous example, and we thank you.
Thank you very much. As I say again, just that many more to say thank you to. And I do like to hear praise.
Brother Cramp, would you be so kind and our MPP's absence, would you do this presentation on behalf of Todd Smith, please? I will. Earl, I have here, of course, another certificate. This is on behalf of my colleagues, certainly on behalf of the Province of Ontario and the Premier. But this is, of course, presented to you from your Provincial Member of Parliament, Todd Smith, and it is also a recognition on behalf of the residents of Ontario, the Province of Ontario, certainly the citizens of Prince Edward Hastings, and your Provincial Member. It is also an expression of our gratitude and our thanks. Congratulations again. Brother Owen Catchison, would you approach these, please?
First, I should tell a little bit of family history. Earl and me go back many, many generations. Did you ever tell your family we're related?
Not yet.
We go back many, many generations to 1832 when Joe Hollinger left Ireland and settled at Fuller. So we're connected through the Hollingers. And it's certainly my pleasure as Mayor of Municipality of Centre Hastings to present this certificate of, you celebrate 60 years Master Mason on behalf of a council, the staff, and the residents of a municipality. Thank you very much, Earl, for all your service, and congratulations.
And thank you so very much, too. I sure appreciate everything you've said to me, and there's things like these that I will never forget. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come to lodge with you all these times, Earl, and Earl actually was one of the brethren that investigated me so I could join Masonry, and it's been a real pleasure, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, Earl. And thanks for taking me to lodge.
Who is this?
Jamie Moore.
Jamie Moore. Thank you very much. Just another one to say thank you to. All these things that I will never forget.
You're going to have quite a list, Earl.
Worshipful Master, there's one more, if you just might indulge me for a moment.
Yes, please.
Grand Lodge Canon, the Province of Ontario. It's my great honor this evening. You got me into this a year ago, you know, and I'm so pleased and thank you for that. But we would like to, on behalf of our new Worshipful Master and brethren of MADOC Marmot Tweed Lodge and all persons seated here this evening, present this little token of our esteem. We wanted something, according to a number of people, and I believe in this, to represent our district. Now, we couldn't put apples in because they're not ready yet. And there are some other things, tomatoes, my wife said, they're not ready. And so there are some things in here that are homemade because, again, I have a wife and she insisted that we do this. So we always listen, don't we? So without further ado, thank you so much. You are the epitome of benevolence and goodwill. You have come here on a short notice, and we appreciate that, and we will always appreciate this occasion. So without further ado, I will present.
When you get into your car and drive home, if you can say, wow, that was a great night, then it was worthwhile being here. This is what all our meetings should be like, whether it is in your church, or in the Eastern Star, or in your own lodge. If you can leave that building tonight and say, it was worth the drive to come here, and that we've done our job. I know the Assistant Grand Director of Ceremonial, I thank him, because I gave him short notice too, and it was a 2.5 hour drive here, but it was worth the drive. Usually when I get out this area, it always snows. It was a long, long winter, but it was a pleasure to be here. We wish you well, and just to let you know, we do have a 70-year pin, but you're not eligible for that for another
6 months.
6 months. I'm going to say to your county, but I'll come back for that if you invite me for that. But thank you for all attending. Thank you for your time. This is what Masonry is all about. It's about education. It's about learning. There are no secrets. And to let you know the perspective is, the worshipful master there has been in the job for 2 weeks. He's been in the job 60 years plus 2 weeks. To let you know the difference. And so we want you to come back in 70 years. I was here when Earl Grey got his 60 years. Thank you, folks, and enjoy yourself. And this is one last thing to say. When you leave here tonight, take it easy. There's a lot of cops out there.
Brethren, family, and special friends, this evening has been a most memorable one for our lodge. We have been present and assisted with our attendance to celebrate a milestone that is reached by very few Masons. I thank each and every one of you who have attended and made the ceremony even more remarkable.